Hola! Welcome to today's episode of our book review. If today is your first time, please kindly subscribe and turn on your notification. Please always share our content here so that your friends and your family can learn what you're learning. But if today is not your first time, you are welcome, family people. I love you. So today, we will be continuing the Richest Man in Babylon. That's the current book we are reviewing. You know, this year I think is going to be about money. So enjoy the ride. Yes, I think we'll be doing chapter 3 and 4 today. So stay focused. Chapter 3 is titled 7 Cures for a Lean Purse. 7 Cures for a Lean Purse. So a time would come in Babylon when majority of its citizens were, I would say, broke. And it caused worry for the king. So the king summoned his, chief advisor. They were deliberating. How was this? How did this happen? Some time ago, just recently, we had money flowing everywhere. And, in the course of the deliberation, the king's advisor, advised him to call the richest man in Babylon to come and talk to. If you select people who can talk to, to train people on wealth, and this person's he's going to train will train even much more people. So guess whose name popped up again? Our beloved Akkad. So let's see how this goes. Akkad was delighted to serve. I mean, like we mentioned in the previous video, that wealthy people who get their wealth through legitimate means don't mind passing on this knowledge to other people. So, in his first class with these few guys that was given to him, he talked about the first cure to a lean purse. So, the first cure is start thy purse to fattening. They wrote it in like the old kind of, if you're a Christian, King James English kind of writing. So start thy purse to fattening. That's commence the fattening of thy purse. So from every trade or means of income, you can save money if you desire to grow wealth. From every trade or means of income, it doesn't matter how much you earn. If you decide that you want to save, you would save. I think I saw a video clip yesterday. I was watching something, I think on Instagram or so. Then I read something. It was not a clip, it was a post. Someone said that he and his wife, no, it wasn't a post, it's a part of the book. I saw it. I don't know, I can't remember. But someone said that he and his wife have decided not to spend above 70% of their income. So they leave all of their expenses 70%. So that means they save 30%. So you can save money if you actually intend to grow wealth, no matter what you do for a living. Because I had to say, we mentioned before in the previous video, save at least 10% of your income. Wealth is as simple as that. Saving, keeping aside 10% of what you earn. You can do more than 10% if you can, but we're just saying 10% because 10% is actually possible. So the book says, surely it is a law of the gods that unto him who keepeth and spendeth not a certain part of all his earnings shall gold come more easily. Likewise, him whose purse is empty does gold avoid. So money attracts more money. You get, if you have money, more money is attracted to it. But if you don't have the habit of saving, you will never be able to attract money to yourself. Because when investment comes, how would you invest? If you start saving little, you would want to save more. If you can't save little, you can't save more. Don't even deceive yourselves, or let's not even deceive ourselves. So it says, which desireth thou the most? Is it the gratification of thy desires each day, a jewel, a bit of finery, better raiment, more food, things quickly gone and forgotten? Or is it substantial belongings, gold, lands, herds, merchandise, income bringing investments? If you save money, you would, have venture into this later items mentioned here, bigger things, instead of giving to immediate gratification of dressing well, buying new hair, new shoes. Those things don't last for a long time, because if you're giving to fashion trends and that's where all your money goes to, every month, every quarter, every week, new things, are advertised, and you crave for more. But if you just shut down your gratification for a short while and learn and make money, the money you make can buy you all of these things, and you wouldn't even feel it because you've invested and you have so many streams of income. The second cure for a lean purse is to control your expenditure. We cannot overshoot this. If you do not control your expenses, your money will never ever be enough. You would always want, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that. But if you control your expenditure, suppress whatever money expenses you need to make, let it suit your new way of life, because it's a new way of life, a new way of financial life. So suppress your expenses, don't let it suppress you. Yes, control it before it controls you. Budgeting is important here. The third cure, it says, make thy gold multiply. This talks about investment. You cannot just be saving money. It will stay there. Sometimes, not sometimes, always. Inflation always reduces your net worth. Because when you're saving money and you're not investing it, you're just there. And then the economy hits a crisis and you're not even certain what you're worth anymore. So investments are important, or is important. But like we talked about in the previous video, you have to talk to professionals in the field where you are interested in investing. Talk to people who are, in it, who are benefiting already from the investment, so that you don't give your money away to thieves. Investments are important. You cannot multiply your money if you don't invest your savings. I also wanted to add that investment is like making your money work for you. So you don't labor, but your gold labors. So instead of you exerting the energy, your money is the one exerting the energy in your stead, and which is way better. Look at multiple investments. If you have invested in one particular business and it's been successful, look at other avenues where you can invest. That is how you grow your wealth. The first cure, it says, guard thy treasures from loss. This has to do with being careful before you invest, else you lose all your money. Says, misfortune loves a shining mark. Gold in a man's purse must be guarded with firmness, else it be lost. Thus, it is wise that we must first secure small amounts and learn to protect them before the gods entrust us with larger amounts. Said every owner of gold is tempted by opportunities whereby it will seem that he could make large sums by its investment in most plausible projects. Often, friends and relatives are eagerly entering such investments and urge him to follow. They enter into investments that they are not even certain, and because 10,000 persons around you are investing, and you're like, oh, it must be, a reliable investment. You have to look before you leap, else you lose like maybe 5 years of savings, 10 years of savings, and that can be very demoralizing. That's your savings is your hard work. Return on investment is your money working for you. So losing, if you lose a saving, for me, the pain is much more than when I lose an ROI, like a return on investment. So try not to lose your savings. Be careful before you make investments. Be very, very, very careful. I would also like to close with this statement. Wisdom can save you from loss of money. Please remember. The fifth cure says, make thy dwelling place a profitable investment. Make thy dwelling place a profitable investment. So when you have saved money and made investments and all of that, it is advisable to venture into real estate. But the first venture is to own the house that you live in. Own the house that you live in. He gave an illustration. He said that investors are actually willing to help you pay off for a house, and then you pay off, in installments. Example, you can like buy a plot of land. That's the example he gave. So this is just me repeating. Buy a plot of land, meet a funder, and then strike an agreement. This is my land, I want to build the house, I don't have the money. How about we make a pact or an agreement? You fund the building of my house and I pay you over like 5-10 years. It depends on what the agreement, how what can work. What he explained was that it's better that you are remitting this money to someone, and the intent or the goal is to own the house at the end of the day, because he said that it's like almost the same amount of money you would be paying to a landlord, like a house owner. So you have to work towards owning your own house. So the same money you would have been paying to house owners for rent, you are paying almost the same amount to somebody who invested in your building. So you are paying over a period of time, but at the end of it, you own the building. It is a more fulfilling rent to pay, because it will fetch you the house, because you would be spending money, paying rent, and then 10-20 years down the line, you're still paying rent if you didn't make plans to own the house. So look for like a small amount of money, buy a land, whatever. There are real estate firms selling properties and then making provisions for payment and installments. You can venture into that. That's another cure to a lean purse, so that you don't live like a tenant all your life. It, it's not a fulfilling thing at all. And then he also went ahead to say that it'll give your children, it's beautiful to watch your children play in a house that is yours, and watch your wife have a garden. And I love those feelings are good, and it gives a man, I'm not a man, but I know it gives men like this satisfaction that, oh, this is my home, this is my wife, she has a garden, these are my kids, they're playing in the lawn and all of those things. So that's the fifth step. Make your home a profitable investment. So the sixth cure to a lean purse is to ensure a future income. We'll grow old. If we live long enough, we'll grow old, and then a time would come when you cannot work. It is unhealthy to just depend on the fact that, oh, my children will take care of me. You don't know that yet. It's everybody's prayer that their kids will take care of them, but you don't want to rely on that alone. So make long investments in reputable firms. My granddad, I just remembered that now. He invested in a big firm. It's a global, like a renowned firm globally. It's known globally. I don't want to mention the name. And then we didn't even know. And then I think like a couple of 10 years back, he's still alive, by the way. 10 years back or so, he called and was like, he has, some amount of money to claim from the company, blah, blah, blah. My dad went there, and it was not so much, but it was good. I mean, we were not expecting it, you get. So long-term investments are good because they secure you a future where you don't have to be worried about what to eat, what to clothe yourself when you are no longer strong enough to work as a person. So ensure a future income is really, 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 really important. You're going to be ensuring the future of your family by doing so, and your own future as well. So sorry, I don't know how I missed the 7 cure while I was shooting this video. I guess it was an oversight. But the 7 cure says increase your ability to earn. We all know that if you stay the same way and not improve yourself or your goods and your service, people will not feel a need to pay you more. So if you must increase your own earnings or your ability to earn, you have to subject yourself to constant trainings and studies, equip yourself every day. I mean, that's the only way you can charge more money for your services and for your goods. You get better at whatever it is that you do or you know how to do, and your pay will automatically increase. So if you desire to have wealth, you have to increase your ability to earn on what you do for wealth. In closing chapter 3, I would like to say that these 7 cures to a lean purse, from the first to the seventh one, are really practical things that one can do. I mean, the reason I like this book is because things listed in it are not impossible tasks. They are things that we can do every day. You get? But again, it takes patience to build wealth. It takes patience and it takes time to build wealth. We must not forget. So don't be in a hurry. Give yourself time to save and give your savings time to grow when you have made investments, and as long as you made the investments in the right place. So I hope you have learned so much. Let us go to chapter 4. So chapter 4 is titled Meet the Goddess of Good Luck. Now, then in Babylon, they had it wasn't a school per se, but they had a place where people come to exchange knowledge and all of that. So Akkad, our favorite guy, had a class there that he was always presiding over. So they come and then they talk about anything that anybody raises and all of that. So this day, on this beautiful day, somebody raised the issue about luck and how it can be made to, be frequent. How do you make luck shine on you? They said is the goddess of good luck, meeting the goddess of good luck. How can we make her happy with us and frequent our paths more? So that was the discussion for that day and all of that. So a young man told a story of how he allowed, good luck to escape him. How I will tell us the story. There were two stories that, caught my fancy. There were three actually, but no, not three, two. So the first story was that he said that his dad called him. I was like, my friend's son is uh, building a company. The company was supposed to supply water, I think, to an uphill um, community or something. So the guy, started out the investment but was hooked and then needed partnership. So people came around. They needed about 12 people who would commit 10% of their monthly income to the project. So his father called him and told him, I made an error when I was young, and I don't want to watch you make that error, thinking that we have all the time in the world. So my friend's son is doing this, and would like you to be a part of it, to commit a certain sum of your income and all of that. He listened to his dad. His dad was done. Then he said, oh, thank you. I really want to do it, but I have so much expenses and that cannot work now. And then eventually this project was a huge success. When he was telling the story, he was like, until today, he hasn't even had such opportunity, to make a good sum of money. Do you understand? So we're talking about meeting the goddess of good luck. So it is opportunities expire. Like this, like we know, opportunities don't last forever. In fact, here's the summary of his story. Let me read it for you. Let me read it to you from the book. It said, opportunity stands before thee. This is his father talking to him. My son, it is offering a chance that may yield to wealth. I beg of thee, do not delay. Remember, investment is about risk, but you must also take calculated risk. Say, go upon the morrow, as in go upon tomorrow, to the son of my friend and bargain with him to pay 10% of thy earnings into this investment. Go promptly upon the morrow. Opportunity waits for no man. It expires, like I said. Today it is here, soon it is gone. Therefore, delay not. Said, in spite of the advice of my father, I did hesitate. There were beautiful new robes, imagine, just bought by the tradesman from the east. We just talked about gratification. Immediate gratification can deny us of a whole beautiful future, a lot of beautiful things in the future. So there were beautiful robes of such richness and beauty. My good wife and I felt we must possess each one. Should I agree to pay 1/10 of my earnings into the enterprise, we must deprive ourselves of these and other pleasures we dearly desired. I delayed making a decision until it was too late, much to my subsequent regret. The enterprise did prove to be more profitable than any man had prophesied. Wow. Said, this is my tale, showing how I did permit good luck to escape. When I don't want to be ahead of myself because I wrote down a few things that I'm going to talk about. But when we delay to, fortunate are the people or lucky are the people who see opportunities, recognize them, and take actions, because if you don't, make a step, if you don't take a step, you will lose it and then you will regret. So when opportunities for investment present themselves, don't be given to momentary gratifications, things that will only make you comfortable for today, and then you lose out on big investments. Be careful that you don't lose out on opportunities. So it says, good luck waits to come to that man who accepts opportunity. So you call a man who's always like an opportunity, somebody taking advantage of opportunities. We find people always calling them lucky. Oh, he was lucky he did this, he was lucky he did that. It's just somebody who was prepared. So if you are able to recognize opportunities when they present themselves, you may be referred to as lucky. As lucky. There's another story here I must tell. So there was this man. He's he deals in selling camels, buying and selling camels, and then sometimes sheep and goats and all of those things. So one night they came back to Babylon, and then they came back late, he and his servants, and then the city gate was locked. So they had to, he didn't find camels to buy that day, so he was really frustrated. So they had to pitch tents by the gate and then wait for the morning for the gates to be open so they could go in. So a man came to him, greeted him very well, and said, please sir, my wife is sick, I need to travel back home. I have about 900 sheep. Can you come see them and buy them? It was really dark, but he could hear them, the bleats of the sheep. So he sent his servants to go. He said it was a chaos. Counting them that night was a chaos. So he told the man, no, let's wait till morning. Then I will pay you and buy them. The man said, even if you will give me 2/3 of the money, and then I'll leave some of my servants with you. They are intelligent. They will help you to count in the morning. And then, the balance can be paid. So I can go to my wife. She's sick and needs my attention urgently. The man refused though and said it's in the morning. By morning, 4 persons were ready to buy, way higher than the price that the man offered him at night. And that was how he lost out on that deal. And he regretted dearly. And such an opportunity has never come again for him until the day he was telling the story. Opportunity waits for no one. It waits for no one. You have to seize the opportunity while it is available. It expires. Opportunity sits on a clock. And then once it's time, it just goes. And you regret a whole lot. A whole lot. Some persons have the habit of procrastinating things. Procrastinators never achieve much. I saw a meme that said he read that procrastinators were rioting for a war that held in the year 1812, and they were rioting for it in 1906 or so. It was really funny for me too. I was like, are you rioting for a war that happened 100 years before, 100 years after? But it taught me one thing, that a procrastinator always comes too late, and then they would have lost out on everything. So I would like to wrap up chapter 4 with a few things I wrote down here. It says, opportunity will not wait for a slow fellow. You must act quick. Good luck flees from procrastinators. Where action is required, do not delay. And lastly, men of action are favored by the goddess of good luck. Men of action are favored by the goddess of good luck. I am happy because this book is also helping me greatly, like a great deal. Look, comments today. I always like to say this. I know this is like my regular statement. Try as much as you can. Try. Time doesn't wait for anybody. Time doesn't wait for anybody. A proof that you are getting old is the fact that a child you used to know is probably now in the university, and you look at, wow, you are so grown. You too are grown, but you are not taking actions towards improving your life or your standard of living. So take actions today and you will be so happy. Stop procrastinating. Try to, follow the 7 cures to a lean purse, and you will always be referred to as lucky. I love you so much. I will see you next time. and I'll bring you more good news. Bye.